Oh, come on, this is not how I want to start episode 2. Not like this. Sanan, what have you done? Alright. Ever since that day, Harada stopped speaking with me altogether. Does he really think there's something between me and Sanan? Really? Whenever our eyes happened to meet while we were in the company of others, he would quickly avert his gaze. He also made no attempt to approach me whenever I found myself alone. I suppose I couldn't blame him, but amongst the captains, Harada was one of the only men who had shown me kindness, always showing some kind of interest in how I'd been doing. Being unable to speak with him for such a long time crushed me inside.
Hello, Yukimura.
Oh. Sorry, Soma. I didn't notice you there. I was just spacing out.
Is everything okay? Are you feeling ill?
No, it's fine. Don't worry about me.
Are you sure? Well, if you say so then.
Soma handed me a stack of enclosed parchments addressed to Hijikata. Thanks for getting this to me safely. I will be sure to hand them over to Hijikata.
Thank you. See you later then.
Oh, Soma?
Yes.
Well, if you're going to accompany Kondo, do you need me to join you?
No, thank you. I believe Nomura and I should be enough to handle it.
Got it. I thought that maybe, by leaving here, it would give me a chance to get away from Sanan, but no such opportunity ever seemed to come within grasp.
I'll be going now. Please be sure to greet everyone for me.
Soma bowed, showing me a wide grin as he sped off from the Kama Inn. Bye, Soma. I wish you'd help me, Soma. Anyone. Later that evening. Every time it's nighttime now, I'm just like... Sanan music. Sanan came looking for me once more.
Good evening, Yukimura. Hopefully you haven't forgotten our arrangement, have you?
I have a question about this, though. Is she just out and about in, like, the common area of the inn? Or is she in her bedroom? Because she's in her bedroom and he's just walking in. That's rude, man. You can't just walk in. Not in this rude, anyway. But if she's just out in the common area, girl, go hide in your bedroom when it's nighttime. Don't be out and about. I had been turning it over repeatedly in my head, even rehearsing what I would say when the time came, and all of that promptly left. Oh, no, she kept it. She's able to say it. I can't bring myself to go through with it. Your research, I mean.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, we don't even know if it's a sure thing that'll work. Besides, if this doesn't work, then he might even go mad enough to start killing people, just like those two furies that Harada witnessed, right? With all of this in consideration, I respectfully must decline your request.
Interesting. So you'd rather doom us to our deaths, yes? Watch our minds sputter into madness?
Sanan barked at me, causing me to tremble in the spot where I stood. What? I never said that!
Bet you're implying it, aren't you? After all, you are Kodo's daughter, the man who cursed us with his condition, then disappeared in the middle of his research. Our sanity, our lives, mean nothing to you. All you care about is washing your hands of our blood. Is that what you mean to say?
No, I didn't say any of that! But...
For 4 long years, we housed you, gave you a place of refuge, fed your mouth. And now you've spit on our hospitality, tell us we mean nothing to you?
What Sanan was arguing had merit, and I reflected upon the numerous times that the Shinsengumi had looked out for me.
Well, if we are worthless in your eyes, then so be it. If you think you can continue benefiting from our good graces, a rude awakening awaits you. The Shinsengumi has no need for someone that can barely lift a sword.
I just realized what that, like, it's funny him saying that because he was injured and could not wield a sword, and they kept him for a long time and would have continued to keep him if he hadn't been a big dummy and drank the water of life, Sanan. Oh, that's funny.
Even worse than your paltry skill with a weapon is the fact that your mere presence attracts the attention of demons, whom we are scarcely able to handle.
Sanan growled at me through gnashed teeth and stormed out of the room. Man, he really trying all the things, though. Guilt, intimidation, threatening, persuasion. Like, oh my goodness. Boy, crazy. It was true. I was a monster, too. Unlike that of a normal person, my body possessed amazing restorative and regenerative powers. This often led to the attempts of Kazuma and Shiranui to abduct me from the Shinsengumi's possession, but not to Amagiri. Amagiri's excluded from this for some reason. However, in my state of vulnerability, I recalled something that Harada said to me. Aww. I wish he would hold me in his arms once more instead of ignoring me.
No matter what people say, it doesn't change a thing. You could be a demon, a human, or whatever. When you feel it, your heart beats like this. When you're having fun, or the world's got you down, if you've fallen for someone, you want to protect them.
I mouthed the words Harada had said to me, playing them back and thinking about what they'd meant. Maybe, I was starting to think, that I could trust him, and hopefully keep him close to me for just a little bit longer. Why do you not trust him now? Where did the trust go, Chizuru? But... Harada... What should I do? The time I had to decide was dwindling. Kama Inn seemed particularly vacant, which I had assumed to be Nagakura's doing. It wouldn't have surprised me to hear that he took the recruits out for bottles of sake to blow off steam. I had the chance right in the palm of my hands, and no one would ever find out. I need to leave this place while I still can. Really? She's just like, I'm out of here before they kick me out. Wait. Just as I turned to speed towards the front door.
Hey, what are you up to at this hour?
The moment my head spun, I was greeted by the face of a familiar friend who'd stood in front of me as if to block me from leaving. Hey. Why, of all people, did I have to bump into him? Why are you not out drinking tonight? Harada. For some reason, his name escaped my mouth languidly.
This is no time for a woman to be up by herself. Where were you thinking of going?
I searched for excuses, but none readily came to mind. Looking into Harada's eyes frightened me, as if he had the ability to read my every thought and whim simply by staring into my soul. I'm sorry! I tried sidestepping, hoping to fly past Harada before he could stop me, but...
Wait! Don't run away!
By the time his stern voice reached my ears, his hand had already grabbed a hold of my shoulder.
Not so fast! Who do you take me for?
His forceful grip tugged me around, compelling me to spin and face him. Having Harada's immense frame so close to my body intimidated me, and I couldn't help but look away. Somehow I knew that so much as looking into his eyes would cause me to sob uncontrollably.
So, what's going on? By the looks of things, doesn't seem like you were on your way out to take care of errands. Which must mean...
I winced, biting into my lip in anticipation.
You were planning on escaping, weren't you? Go figure.
Please, let me go. It is for the best. I've put a lot of thought into it.
Hey, let's just slow things down a minute. Why don't you take a deep breath first?
Harada released his grip on my shoulder before letting out a long sigh.
You remember what we talked about before? I told you. If you're ever even thinking about leaving the Shinsengumi, you talk to me first, right? Look, if leaving this place is what you really want, I'll help you make it happen. We'll plan it all to the very last detail, and I'll get things moving. But believe me, doing it like this? Nuh-uh, not a chance. At least tell me what's bothering you. We've spent 4 years together. If I came home one day and suddenly you were gone, I'd be devastated. Wouldn't you?
Wow. Man. That admission, though. Harada had a way of pulling at my heartstrings. For real, though, man. How easily he could sway me into questioning what I thought I knew. Was he really that worried about me? Would it actually devastate him to return home and discover that I had fled without telling him? But... I wondered, how should I respond? I'm sorry, or stop being so nice to me. What a save. I don't know. I mean, saying I'm sorry is like, I'm sorry I didn't mean to make you feel that way. But because she's questioning, would he really be devastated? If she says stop being so nice to me, he might be like, I'm not just saying words. I would really be devastated because you're my lady. My lady? You know? Yeah, I'm... hello? There we go. Oh, that's why. I'm pressing, like, number pad in my haste to pick up thing. Okay. Failing done with. Yeah, I really want to know that's where that's gonna go. If he's gonna be adamant about, like, no, I would really be devastated because he's been avoiding her. Let's try it. I can always reload.
Please, stop always trying to be so nice to me.
My voice shook, fighting to sound coherent. I've had enough. I've been fortunate enough that everyone has been so kind and welcoming to me. But I can't shake the feeling that, in doing so, I'm just being a burden to everyone else.
Sorry, but I literally don't see what the issue is. Did something happen to upset you?
I shook my head silently. I was hesitant to answer, but there wasn't. Being under the care of the Shinsengumi was special. That hadn't stopped Harada from questioning me. I'd begun to wonder if anything could. That whole thing's... Was that badly translated, or was I just not getting that? I'm just like, huh? What am I saying right now?
Did someone argue with you or something? Are you fed up with us?
No.
Or...
I'm the one that doesn't belong here, right? Before I knew it, I had lashed into a screaming furor. All of the strife festering inside me had reached its limit, and once I started, I found it impossible to stop. My eyes swelled up, tears streaking underneath my hot, puffy eyelids. It was my father who brought the water of life into the Shinsengumi. I knew that in some way I had to take responsibility for that, but... Harada said nothing. He kept me fixed in his stare. He is such a good listener. He really knows how to, like, draw her out and then just patiently let her express herself until she's done and thoughtfully think about what he's gonna say next. I really, really love it about Harada. He's great. My vision was so blurry from tears that it was difficult to make out what kind of expression he had. I am so happy because of how kind and generous everyone's been to me. You have no idea how appreciative I am. Really, I am. I felt my lips quivering with each word, making it tough to string together a proper sentence. But I couldn't hold back much longer. Even with Heisuke, I don't want to leave him hanging or to hurt him. I want to repay all of you. I truly do, for all that you've done for me, but...
Wait, what's that about Heisuke? Don't tell me someone's been feeding you some bullshit.
Yep. Well... Sanan urged me coldly that I couldn't ever tell Harada what he'd said about Heisuke. I can't say anything. I'm not allowed to, but... I know that there's little I can do to repay all of your kindness because I'm worthless as a warrior. But I still don't know if cooperating with the Fury Corps is something I can do. I just don't know.
Wait a minute.
If all I'll ever amount to is becoming some sort of beacon for Kazuma and the rest of the demons to come here and start some trouble, then maybe I'm just being selfish. Maybe I'm taking advantage of your hospitality, and by refusing, it's just a poor reflection on me to do nothing in return.
Chizuru, calm down.
I'm a waste, just a selfish waste. I can't blame anyone for resenting me because of it, so... Stop being so nice to me. If I don't leave now, then I'll have to live with the weight of my guilt and I'll only crumble from within. If you aren't going to let me leave, then please just kill me now! Suddenly, I found myself screaming at the top of my lungs, and he reactively wrapped his hands around my arms to subdue me. Poor Harada. He did not. Did he? Guys. Dost my eyes deceive the chin on chin? Is that a kiss? Are we getting a kiss right now? Oh my god. I'm gonna be so excited. Okay, I gotta calm down so I can read to see the kiss. His grasp was so rough that I jolted still. Underneath my chin, I felt his fingertips gently tilt my head upwards, and then... Teeth on teeth! Oh my god. It's a teeth on teeth kiss! I'll take it. I don't care. Wow. Go Sano. Dang, dude. The sensation of his lips pressed against mine. That's gonna hurt. It's like a sudden jolt of teeth on teeth, but it's okay. He went for it. Oh, wow. That is so awesome. I'm in awe. Okay, alright, let's keep going. It all happened so quickly, I barely had any time to realize what was happening. The distance between us was now non-existent. I saw the sparkle of his amber eyes between his full, luscious eyelashes. Harada then began to nibble playfully on my lower lip. Excuse me? The warm tickle of his breath made my knees shake as he stroked underneath my chin gently. I was so enraptured by Harada's suddenness that it took me a second to realize we weren't kissing. Amazing. He's nibbling, he's stroking things, and she's like, wait a minute. Are we smooching? At first, I tried to draw it back, but Harada insisted, pulling me closer as our kiss intensified. Why? Soon it became almost painful to breathe, and I found myself, having any space to think. Words. A reasonable reaction to that kiss, Chizuru. Oh. As our lips parted, I felt a shiver crawl from the back of my neck to the tips of my toes. Took everything inside of me not to collapse to the ground. Oh yeah, I forgot I picked an option. Nice. Glad I didn't apologize.
Sorry for springing that on you all of a sudden. This is the only way that I know how to silence a crying woman.
Have you had to use that trick many times before, Harada? Feeling had left my body entirely. I went numb, powerless, as my mind attempted to gather its focus. All I could do was shake my head, dumbfounded.
I get this'll probably sound like I'm making excuses, but bear with me for a second. I've noticed for a while now that there's been something strange going on with you. But you never bothered to tell me the truth about what was bothering you, and I don't know. It bothered the hell out of me. Suddenly, I thought that everything we'd been through together never meant shit to you, and you always kept your guard up around me. I know, I should have known better because I'm older and you're still figuring things out for yourself.
No, it's my fault. I almost would have rather he scolded me, letting me feel the brunt of his frustrations without giving me any opportunity to argue back, but seeing him confess so sincerely to me that he too was so conflicted warmed my heart. You goobers.
And, you know, I used to brag like some hotshot, saying that women needed men to protect them, but look at me. I got my ass handed to me by Shiranui. So, I don't know. I'd started to worry that maybe you were growing sick of me or something.
Oh my goodness, you guys. How stupid had I been this entire time? You both are dum-dums. But you know what? It's okay. Here was Harada, pouring his heart out, trying to convey the misunderstanding from his perspective with respect to my feelings. And my first inclination was to run away from him. My cheeks were hot with embarrassment. Never had I ever felt so ashamed in my life.
If you can't stand the thought of being here a second longer just because I'm a huge jackass, then hey, I honestly can't blame you. But if it's because of something else, then don't.
Harada.
No matter what anyone said to you, or if they tried guilt-tripping you, you shouldn't feel bad. Just quit blubbering and chill out. Got it?
Quit blubbering! Harada's words of encouragement were sitting warmly in my heart. Well, that's good. It's the after effects of the kiss. Okay, I get it. I couldn't imagine ever tiring of being with him. And if I were to have it my way, then I could be here forever. You should tell him that.
Alright then. So, why don't we let bygones be bygones and call it even?
Okay. Harada towered in front of me, and I gazed into his eyes with a realization. I replayed what had just occurred in my head. I suddenly realized that it was the first time a man had ever done something like that with me. I used to think I knew what it meant if someone were to kiss you, but...
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. Harada's demeanor was as cool-headed as it ever was, seemingly unfazed at all by what happened. So, was our kiss just a means for him to calm me down, like he suggested? Girl, no! So much good progress was being made, don't ruin it! Don't! Was there really nothing behind how tender and passionate it felt? From what some of the other men had mentioned, Harada was quite popular amongst the women of the red light district as well. Perhaps to him a kiss was inconsequential, just a friendly token of affection. Or maybe less. It would do me no good to raise my hopes. I mean, I guess this is fair. He does have the reputation of being a ladies' man, so these are fair thoughts. But I mean, he loved you, girl. I'm sure that to him it meant nothing at all. This just means that you're gonna have to take initiative for the kiss next time. Alright? You surprise him.
So, you gonna tell me what happened or what?
I weighed my doubts, pondering whether or not Harada would react well to what he wanted to hear.
Sanon said something to you, didn't he? I think I have a hunch on what it could be.
He urged me to open up so persuasively. You see... Finally.
Wow, that rat bastard did all that, huh? Never took him for such a snake. And to top it off, he went out of his way to tell you not to tell me. So essentially he's admitting that he knows what he's doing is wrong.
I found it rather strange as well. But when he mentioned that Heisuke was suffering, I didn't have too many other options.
Well, you wouldn't even have any idea whether or not Heisuke was going mad with bloodlust. Kondo isn't here right now, and neither is Hichikata, so I think Sanan is starting to test his boundaries a little bit. Once Hichikata returns, I'm sure that little rat will be crawling back into the hole he came from.
I sure hope so. I hope that rat goes back in his hole and stays there.
Well, as far as where to go from here, don't let it bother you anymore. I'll take care of it, so just relax, alright? Come on, let's head back inside.
Okay. It was impossible for me not to feel a little bashful still, but... regardless, being able to confide in Harada so comfortably felt like a heavy burden was lifted from my shoulders. I smiled to myself as I watched his broad shoulders lead me back inside the compounds. Oh, that's good. That was great. That whole kiss thing. Dang, Harada, nice. Like, we're not gonna get a kink to the list, right? But then I was kind of thinking after the fact, wait a minute. Isn't, like, head pats kind of his kink? But then he did the whole lip nibbling thing, and now I don't know. More data is needed before we add to the list, I think. The next day, I was restless in my futon all night, unable to shake what happened that night from my mind as I tossed and turned, searching for something to hold. Or somebody. It utterly exhausted me, and I welcomed the morning with droopy eyelids and in a stupor. Harada, look what you've done to this girl.
Oh, you really outdid it today. Breakfast looks delicious as always. I can't wait to dig in.
As the rest of the warriors scarfed down their breakfast, I sat beside them, too distracted to eat. I knew it. Oh, he kissed me on teeth to teeth, and I was so beautiful. I mean, fair. It's the first smooch. I would stare into space for seconds at a time, catching myself daydreaming about the previous night. Poor Shimada.
Yukimura. Yukimura, can you hear me?
Huh? Oh! Shimada was calling me, snapping me out of my daze. Sorry. I, was just thinking about something. Is there anything I may do to help you?
Well, it appears as though everyone is finished with their breakfast, so I wanted to put the dishes away. If you are feeling unwell, then I would not mind carrying all the dishes myself.
You seem kind of worried, though. No, I'm fine. I'm not sick or anything.
You sure, kid? You look like you're in a trance.
And all the plates were smashed.
Are you stressed about something? If you need someone to talk to, I'm all ears.
Next time, Shin.
Hey, leave her alone. It's a tense time. I wouldn't blame her for feeling anxious about it. Kondo's still bedridden and Hichikata's off doing who knows what away from the compounds. I'm surprised most of us don't look like she does.
Harada had a knack for chiming into conversations and easing the tension nonchalantly.
You make a compelling point. I suppose it is inevitable not to feel somewhat downtrodden about how things have been going for us as of late. However, the commander is working tirelessly day and night to meet with shogunate leaders to help us regain momentum. He would never suggest for us to enter a conflict that we cannot hope to win. So rest assured that our victory will come soon. Please keep your head up.
You're right. Thank you. I stood up, glancing at the scattered array of empty plates, and began stacking them to carry away. Before I went into the kitchen, I stole one last glance towards Harada. Harada was looking at me too, and as our eyes locked together, I felt trapped in a momentary pause. You guys, there's gonna be so much tension in this route, it's unbelievable.
What's the matter? Do I have something on my face?
Huh? Oh.
Or do you expect me to come help you put the plates away?
Oh, what should I say? You know what? Actually, yes, I'm worried that I'm gonna drop all of these, so if you could help, that'd be great. Yes, please. Would you mind helping me? Aw, he likes help with the dishes. What a keeper.
Alrighty then. Then go ahead and hand these to me. I'll take care of it for you.
Harada stood up from the table and grabbed a tall stack of plates from my hand. As he reached over, our fingers brushed one another. Ah! Girl, I was trying to avoid the plates on the floor. Out of reflex, I nervously withdrew my hand, causing the plates to spill to the floor.
Hey, watch out. You can't just drop them all. You're gonna take a toe out or something.
I'm sorry.
What's going on over there? Sana, you trying to pull something sneaky on her?
Oh, Nagakora's taunt made me blush and my heart skipped a beat in surprise. What was Harada going to say in response? Pressure rumbled uncomfortably in my stomach as I waited for Harada to answer.
Don't be a dumbass. What the hell do you take me for, huh?
Harada coolly deflected Nagakora's question like nothing happened. What a cool cucumber.
Chizuru, any broken plates down there? No? Then let's hurry up and put them away.
Oh, okay. Well, thank goodness for that at least. Harada gathered the dropped pile of plates and rice bowls and placed them on top of the serving tray. He was a master of maintaining his composure. I'm certain that it confused him as to why I may have dropped the plates so clumsily. Oh, I'm sure. Why was the ache in my heart so palpable? Could he see it in my face? How much all of it stung? Harada was adept at brushing things off, and here I was 10 seconds away from becoming a mess.
So that's all the plates, right? Time to take them back into the kitchen now, or...
Oh, yes, please.
Sana, grab mine too, would ya? I'm so full I couldn't budge an inch. Grow up a little. Put your own goddamn plates away. Maybe you can burn off all that fat while you're at it.
Ooh!
Aw, jeez, who spit in your porridge? Carrying an extra plate or two won't kill you. Sure, easy to say when you can sit on your ass. You have no idea what any of these plates weigh. What makes you think I want to carry your plates?
Harada and Nagakora traded their banter as usual, then Harada rolled his eyes, leading me back into the kitchen to drop off the dishes. Watching Harada go about his business with no noticeable change in his demeanor caused me to question everything again. With each passing second, last night felt like a dream, a shadow of a thought with no basis in reality. I was gaining the impression that the kiss we shared was just a ploy to get me to calm myself from my erratic outburst. Whatever deeper meaning I described to it was a figment of my imagination, some girlish fantasy. Surely, that must be it. Considering how much younger I was than Harada, and how he had a penchant for sweeping women from under their feet, getting my hopes up would be foolish. There was no reason to conjure up any delusions of the future. I couldn't let myself. Somewhere deep down I knew this to be true, but I couldn't stop. But why was I the one whose heart was burdened by longing? Why did it have to hurt so badly?